Welcome back to SportsZone. I'm your host, Steven Lucero, and we're going to talk some Dallas Stars hockey coming up next right here. I think the Stars have been interesting because looking over the last month, they've been excellent, and I mean, just dominant. And then over this last week, it just feels like some shakiness. Joining me to talk about it, Alex Salazar and Mauricio Garcia. Guys, I love the Stars, and I think they've been really, really strong. It's just been, I think, a little bit maybe of a speed bump over this last week. Alex, what have you seen from Dallas?
Well, like you alluded to right there in your intro, I mean, this season has been an incredible one for the Stars. I mean, they needed a season like this after firing Peter DeBoer, and they've gotten everything they wanted. Before this last week, really, in their last 14 games, they were 13-1, and then this week happened. 1-4 in their last 5 games, a 6-3 loss to the Mammoth, a 3-2 loss to the Wild, 2-1 loss to the Wild, 3-2 to the Vegas Golden Knights, and then most recently 6-4 to the New Jersey Devils, who really aren't really competing for a playoff spot at the moment. It's just very concerning. Jake Ottinger was pulled in 2 of those games, so it's just really not what you want to see, especially when this team has clinched and is trying to move up and trying to get past Colorado.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I wanted to intro this show, honestly, with the fact that the Stars clinched the playoffs. And I don't want to put that aside by any means because that's huge. You are in, and, you know, I just think that we've kind of gone to expect higher from this team. And it just feels like over this last week, we've definitely seen some struggles. Mauricio, what do you think has really gone wrong, and how can they bounce back and get back on track?
I mean, to be honest, really nothing I don't see, like, kind of sort of a problem. I mean, yes, we've had in, like, kind of a low setting, but, I mean, like, we got to look back. 10 wins in a row. We can't let that, like, slide away. I mean, what I see from this isn't our ceiling. We're still missing our key player.
Yes.
You know,
Mikko Rantanen is still not healthy.
Is still on IR. I mean, that's the one thing we can't really, like, look away from. He may be coming back soon. You know, he's returning to activities. And, I mean, that's the one thing we can't, like, kind of ignore. He is going to be, like, that kind of, like, key player and that keys, you know, that key stat that's going to help us try and push us above to where we are right now. I mean, Alex, what do you think about this as well?
Yeah, you mentioned Mikko Rantanen. I mean, on ESPN, he's listed as a potential return date for this next game after this one against the Islanders. So, and I really don't think, obviously you want Mikko Rantanen back. I mean, he's their best player by a mile, but they've been able to handle themselves without him in the lineup because he's been out since the Olympic break. And other than this past week, I mean, you mentioned it earlier, 13-1 in these past 14 games before this losing streak that they've been on. So without Rantanen, they've been doing just as good as with Rantanen. So adding him back into this lineup once he's healthy again can only make things better for the Stars.
But, I mean, you got to look at it from this point. He still leads the team even after getting injured with 50 assists so far. That kind of playmaking, that kind of, like, skills to be able to get everyone open and trying to get them to, like, score every now and then, like, that's something you can't look away from as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, his production just cannot be replaced. And I think what we've seen is really some overperformance, I would say, you know, throughout most of this time. Players have been able to step up, and this is a deep team. I talk about it all the time. The Stars are not a first-line or a second-line team. They go 4 deep, and I'm really excited to see what they can continue to do. I believe they can bounce back, but I do want to talk about the game currently happening right now because they are currently down to the Islanders as well, and it's like, you know, it's another one here, just hoping to see a little bit more. Alex, what have you seen in this game so far?
Yeah, the first goal from the New York Islanders came really early from Bo Horvath. I believe it was about 5 minutes in. Yes. It was the Islanders' second shot on goal. It looked like when you saw Ottinger just never stall the puck. And the second period, no goals by either team. But here early again in the third period, Callum Ritchie makes it 2-0. At least with this one, the Islanders are competing for a playoff spot. They're tied currently with Ottawa for the last wildcard spot in the East. But if the season ended today, Ottawa would be in, I assume, for goal differential. But the Islanders are playing with a lot right now. I mean, you don't want to say that the Stars are almost coasting through the season, but this recent stretch, I mean, it kind of looks that way, especially with huge losses with 6 goals given up in 2 of these games.
Yeah, the Stars, as you said, they're clinched, so it's like we don't have to worry about that aspect of things, but you definitely want to try to pick up that momentum, especially as we go down this final stretch. Mauricio, what have you seen so far from this Islanders game, and how do you think the Stars look to bounce back?
I mean, looking at this, like previewing it, I mean, one of the things I was going to write down was like keep Bo Hobart away from that goal, and what happens? 5 minutes in the game, he scores. I mean, like that's the one thing you can't like allow. Their star players, especially with Hyman, who was also on a scoring streak, 5 goals in the last 10 games. That's something you can't really look away from. Like this Islander team, as what Alex was saying, is playing for a playoff spot. They're going to use everything and anyone on that bench, on that team to try and like push forward for that playoff spot against Ottawa.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. The Stars, game's not over yet. I don't want to write it off, but definitely late in the third period, not looking the best for Dallas, but looking at them as a whole, 43, 17, and 11 for now, second in the Central Division, and this is a stacked Central Division, but they've definitely lost some ground as they were just a couple points away from the Avalanche. Alex, do you think this is ground they can make back up, or do you think Colorado might just run away with it?
I think Colorado's going to run away with it. I mean, the way that they've been playing this season, and with the amount of time that's left in the season, I just don't see a way that Dallas can catch them. I don't think Colorado is going to have a slide anytime soon. So right now, it's really about fending off the Wild and keeping home ice advantage against the Wild when those playoffs come up.
Yeah, definitely. And I know we've talked kind of a lot of negatives on this block. It hasn't been the best stretch over this week, but as you said earlier, I don't want to ignore the incredible run that they've been on really over the last month as a whole. So I want to ask you guys, who are some of your MVPs and most underrated players for the Stars? I'll start with you, Mauricio.
I mean, for me personally, it's got to be underrated with Thomas Harley. I mean, come on now. He is like ranked 9th with assists right now, 32, tied with Bovar right now with points totaled. I mean, he was our savior back in that Devils game, the Carolina game a couple while back. I mean, come on, a defensive man who is already on his having the career high last year, playing his butt off even after after all that. But I mean, like Alex, who do you think is your underdog for the season?
My MVP for the season easily. You look at guys like Jason Robertson, Mikko Rantanen. I mean, those are the stars of the team. But in my opinion, the MVP of this team is Wyatt Johnston. 40 goals on the season, team leading and a career high, 38 assists, career high, 78 points on the year, another career high, and 23 power play goals, a new Dallas Stars record. I mean, he's been incredible all season, and he's only 22 years old, so he's got so much more to go. You can't even really say that he's hit his prime yet. We don't know if he has yet. He's got so much more to go. It's incredible what he's done so far.
It's insane. I mean, you got to remember he's 22 years old, and he is breaking these records. It feels like halfway through the season. I know it's a little more than that now, but he's been incredible. He's my MVP as well. It's just hard to go anywhere else, even though there's so many options. But then for my underrated player, I want to talk about this guy right here. You might not know his name because it's hard to say, but it's Justin Rixkovian. And this is a player who is, a fourth liner, but he has come in and he's, stepped in when needed. And he just brings a physicality and a level of play that I've just been really, really impressed with. Him on that line with your guy, Maverick Bourque, I think has been really, really excellent to watch. These young guys really would make this team so amazing because you have the vets, you have the young guys, you have the middle ground. It just feels like you have so much depth on this team. Alex, tell me about your most underrated.
Yeah, I really wanted to go with Rixkovian. I like what he is. He's sort of the pest of this team that gets under these guys' skins. But the player I went with, like you said, Maverick Bourque.
Yes, sir.
14 goals, 18 assists, and 32 points on the year, all up from last season. And he's been playing on the first line and been handling himself in the absence of Mikko Rantanen. And he's only in his second full season, so with a lot more, when he gets more playing time, maybe next season or with the time that he's been getting this season, he could develop into a 25 to 30 goal scorer for this Dallas team.
Yes, I'm a big fan of Maverick Bourque, former first-round pick for the Stars. This is a player going into the season I was really, really high on, hoping he can kind of take that next step. I really believe he has. It's going to be exciting. But we're going to move over and talk about the NBA and WNBA and their potential expansions coming up next.